Hi, and welcome to question 10 of the Junior Cert higher level maths paper. So question 10 is kind of coordinate geometry. It's a little bit unique in this first part. Not unique, but just slightly different. Um, so the equation of the line k is y is equal to 2x plus 5. So this is k. That's got the equation y is equal to 2x plus 5. Now, all that's saying is it's a linear relationship. Okay, I know that because it has two variables and a power of one on both. Okay, I suppose you could say it's not quadratic, it's not trigonometric, it's not anything else. So this is modeling a linear model. So it's a predictable relationship. Okay, the slope. Now we can find the slope by comparing that to the general form. So the slope of that line is 2, and the y-interceptor crosses the y-axis at 5. Okay, so it goes up 2. Y goes up 2 for every jump of x. Okay, so x goes up once, y goes up twice as fast. Okay, but it starts off at a slightly different position. And that's all it's doing. It's just a mathematical way of mapping that behavior. Okay, um, now it's probably all irrelevant, so I'm going to take it off. The line k intersects the y-axis at the point 0, 5. Okay, so we could test that. Well, when x is 0, okay, so that's what they're telling us. What's y? Well, y is equal to 2 times 0 plus 5. So y is equal to 5. Okay, so that's cool. So that relationship is holding. And then they're saying find the coordinates of the point P. Now, there's a really important thing in coordinate geometry, and that's that at the y-axis, x is 0. Okay, so at the y-axis here, what was x? 0. Now, the same thing, at the x-axis, what's the value of y? Y is 0. Okay, so with our same equation, 2x plus 5, well, at the x-axis, which is where P is, y is 0. Now for speed, I'm going to bring the 5 across, okay? I could take 5 away from both sides, is usually how we do it. So I end up with minus 5 is equal to 2x. 5 take away 5 is cancelled. Then to get rid of the 2, I'm going to divide by 2, do it to one side, do it to the other. So minus 5 over 2 is equal to x. That's our answer. Okay, so it's minus 5 over 2. What was the y value? 0. So this concept is what's being tested. Okay, and there's many ways of going about it, but that's at the core of it all. You just have to remember at that point, and then use the model, the equation, to make the next step. And there are other methods of doing that. Okay, so that's the answer. Now the next one says the line n is perpendicular to the line k. So a perpendicular line might look like this, and then creating a right angle. So the slope, if you know the slope of 1, okay, so let's say the slope is equal to 3. The perpendicular slope, we can find it pretty easily by just turning that upside down. Now, any number can be expressed as a fraction. So turn it upside down 1 over 3 and change the sign. Or use this particular statement. If you multiply two slopes by each other, so 3 times a slope is equal to minus 1, you can end up with a statement, and I'll divide both sides by 3. Okay, m is equal to minus 1/3. So I can get that by calculation, but the rule of thumb is turned upside down and change the sign. So if we know the slope of a line and a point that it goes through, we can find the equation of that line. So since the line n is perpendicular to k, so k is equal to y is equal to 2x plus 5. Now we know the slope there, so it can be compared to y is equal to mx plus c, so the slope is equal to 2. And just like I said before, the perpendicular slope is turn it upside down and change the sign. So m is 2, so it can be expressed as 2 over 1, turn it upside down, okay, and it was plus, so now it's minus. So to find the equation of the line, the standard method is to use the equation of the line formula. We know that the slope of k is minus a half, okay? Sorry, the slope of n, and we know that the point they're asking us to use is 0, 10. So we have an x value and a y value, so we sub them in. This y1 is the same thing as 10. is equal to minus a half times x minus, and the x1 value is 0. Now we can simplify this by removing the brackets. Y minus 10 is equal to minus a half x. Now I don't like the fact there's a half there, so I'm going to multiply everything by 2. 2 times y is 2y. 2 by minus 10 is minus 20. 2 by minus a half is minus 1. I should have multiplied by minus 2. So actually, bring everything to one side. So bring the x across. Okay. Now it's a negative on this side. Okay. So if I want to get rid of it, I can add 1x. If I add 1x on the right, I have to add 1x on the left. So I end up with 2y minus 20 plus x is equal to nothing. Now they wanted it in the form x first, then y, then number. So I can just order them differently. X plus 2y minus 20 is equal to none. That should be the answer. And it is. Okay, so again, I just used the equation of the line k and found out its slope. Okay, then said, well, the line n is perpendicular, so I turned it upside down and changed the sign. Then we had a slope and a point of the line n, and that's what we need in order to find the equation of the line. So I substituted in the values, worked out the algebra, and then put it in the form that they always require. X first and positive, and everything else just follows after on the same side. So that should be the end of question 10. So as always, if you want a copy of the notes, email me at shanetroy@gmail.com. Like and subscribe to get access to more playlists, and see you on question 11.